Good pre-4th of July weekend.
Good evening,
Thanks for
America.
joining. Let me get a giveaway started. And this is for your choice of a fabric swatch. So I have a bunch of little fabric swatches you can pick from. And so get in the giveaway. There's a batik, and then there's a bunch of screen prints and pretty stuff. So get in that giveaway. And we'll have some buyer giveaways as well. So thanks for joining. And pretty much everything we're selling today, except for a few things, are in bags. So you're going to get bags full, and they're pre-weighed.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. 3 bags full.
They're pre-weighed, and I've got quilting cottons. I didn't mix anything, so the bags of quilting cottons are with quilting cottons. Then I've got batiks, and I've got some felted wool, and I've got wovens, like homespun woven types fabrics in bags. So you'll get a whole bag full, and all of them are over a pound, except for 2 bags I have that were quilt shop flannels that weren't quite a pound. So everything's going to be in bags. So get in that giveaway and let's get started. Let's have someone tell me what kind of bag you want to see first. Quilting cottons,
Plastic bag.
batiks, wovens. So cotton first. All right, let's do it. All right. This is a 23.6 ounce bag. So that means by weight, um, 23 divided by about 5 ounces per yard. What's that going to be?
Almost 5 yards.
Almost 5 yards of fabric. So these are nice big bags. And this one is large
Large scrap.
scrap pieces. So large scrap pieces. That some of them are probably as much as a fat quarter. There's some big ones in here. All right, so we're gonna run
Yeah,
that.
some of them aren't very scrappy pieces.
Yeah, they're not very scrappy. And that is running.
But they probably have a little cut out of them or something.
Yeah, there might be, yeah, a reason why it was in the scraps. All right, so here we go. This is 23.6 ounces, equivalent of 5 yards of fabric. And you get everything in there. Nice big pieces, lots of cute stuff. So if someone wants that bag.
At $10. Did you mean to run it at 10?
Yeah. Oh, this one's a large scrap piece. Sorry. All right, let's run that one at 6. Here we go.
Sorry
So
about that.
by weight, this is about 5 yards of fabric, just under 5 yards of fabric. There's a ton of fabric in here, large pieces. And these aren't scrappy. These are nice big pieces. And Amy's gonna take that. Thank you. I can tell already I'm gonna need the fan. Thank you, old bliss. That's a nice bag.
Thanks, Ames.
All right, this one is a scrap bag that is small scraps. I'm going to start these at 4. This weighs a whole pound, and these are small pieces. So great for quilt as you go and, scrappy quilts. We're going to start this one at $4. That's running. And a little bit of everything in here. Could have some wovens, but it's mostly going to be quilting cottons. So if you want a nice big bag, whole pound of scraps, no takers. All right, so let's do some of the bags that have yardage in them. Okay, so this is yardage. What that means is I'm going to show you the bag, tell you what it weighs. All of these are, some of them have like fat quarters, third yards, quarter yards. This one has 3 large pieces. So these are all like yard size pieces because this weighs 21.1 ounces. So probably that one's probably 2 yards. All right, so this is a big bag. Quilting cottons, Maywood Studio on one, Rib Rooster on one. So you get those 3 pretty pieces. So yardage bags, 21 ounces going to Rebecca. Rebecca, thank you.
Rebecca T.
All right, here is another yardage bag.
Thanks, Rebecca.
This one is all smaller pieces, but yardage, meaning, fat quarters, quarter yards, third yards. All right. Oh, we have a winner.
Winner, chicken dinner.
Taylor. Taylor gets to pick one, two, three, four, or five, and five is a batik. So one, two, three, four, or five. Which fabric swatch would you like? Fabric sample number four, the red. That's coming to you.
All right, it's all yours.
All right. And that will give you a little discount on your shipping if you like to shop. All right. This is, like I said, fat quarter, quarter yard, third yard, a big old bag, 23.4 ounces. That's a ton of fabric. Look how many pieces are in there. Here we go. Look at all of that. Lots of pretties in there. So, I mean, I'm just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 pieces at least. Jilly little thing. Thank you. That's coming to you. All right. Here is one that has similar. It's going to be,
Thanks,
fat quarters, quarter yards, third yards.
Welcome to the madness.
Maybe some fat eights. This one weighs 17.6. Lots of pretty neutrals and some stripes, Civil War looking pieces, some nice stuff in there. Here we go. That's running 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I'm counting at least 13 pieces in there. 17.6 ounces of fabric. And that's going to Billy. Congrats. That's coming to you. All right. Here is another large.
Holding up today. We're holding up fine.
This one is 23 ounces.
I'm holding up fine.
Yep. Holding up okay. How about you? Hope you're doing okay.
We're busy.
It's probably really hot where you're at. Huh?
We're pretty busy today, so.
All right. This one's got 1, 2, 3, 4 large pieces. I see Ben Artex on one of them. These are kind of cute Halloween looking, and that's a lot of fabric, 23 ounces. So that's close to between 4 and 5 yards. Here we go. That's running some nice pieces in there. You can see how much fabric that is. Big pieces. Yardage here. Thank you for your bids. That last one's really cute. Elle is taking that. Thank you. I did try to coordinate as much as possible so you get, a nice selection that kind of is themed or coordinated. This is another smaller piece. So these are all fat quarters, some half yards in here, or, so fat quarters and up. And this one weighs 20 point.
Ouch.
Oh, that is hot. 20.7 ounces. And I'm counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, at least 13 pieces in this bag. This is a nice bag. Lots of pretty pieces in there. And they go start at fat quarters and go all the way up, or quarter yards or third yards. So I see some half yard pieces in here. So nice bundle.
Rebecca T.
Thank you.
Thanks, Becca.
All right. This one has 23.3 ounces. This one's got a lot of half yards and bigger chunks in it. So lots of nice big pieces in there. This one's a really pretty one. Look at that calico, that paisley. All right, so 23.3 ounces. I definitely see some half yard or bigger pieces in there. So that's a nice one. Lots of pretty pieces in there. Thank you for your bid. And that's going to Taylor.
Taylor AARP.
Thank you.
Thanks, Taylor.
All right, this bag has like quarter yard, third yard, um, fat quarter size pieces. This one weighs 18.4 ounces. Very Civil War looking. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 pieces in there. 15. I see one in the back. Here we go. That's running 18 ounces worth. Lots of variety in there. Lots of pretty stuff in there. Look at that paisley, some little check, some Kansas trouble looking ones. Nice big bag. Going to our
RL Jaco. Thanks, RL.
Another thing we have up here today that I'll run in a minute. These are the bags of the pre-cut 2.5 inch cotton batting strips. And they're big old long strips, and it's a 5 ounce bag that has about 13, 6 ounce bag has about 13 strips. So it's the 2.5 inch batting strips. And I'm going to start these at $5. Let's run one of them and see where we're at with that.
Used by mummies to wrap themselves in the morning.
All right.
Used
So if you'd like
by-
some of these pre-cut 2.5 inch, and they were cut on a machine because she worked in a quilt shop. So they're nice and uniform. Cotton bat strips. So you can make the jelly roll baskets.
Ashley,
Rugs. Thank you, Ashley, for your first purchase. We'll run some more of those in a minute. All right,
our first
do,
mummy purchase of the day. Thank you, Ashley.
let's do a batik bag. These are all big pieces of batik. I think that one's a fat quarter, and the rest are all half yards or 1 or 2 yards. I think that's like more than 2 yards, and so is that one. And this weighs 21.1 ounces. That's a lot of batik. Lot of batik.
Halada.
Here we go. Beautiful batiks in there.
Halada batik.
And that one is so pretty. Look at the color change on that lattice one. And then you've got this cool one. Beautiful batiks. Well, that's what this is. This is batik.
Yeah, RL Jaco takes that. Yeah, the batiks are going to be our closest to
Yeah.
tie-dye type.
That batiks are.
Yeah, she wasn't. She was a pure quilt shop person. Not really.
All right, this is another batik bag. This one weighs 19.2 ounces, 3 big pieces. So you get that one, this really pretty orange marble, and this cool one. All right, here we go. Batiks. That's running.
By the way, Des loves your earrings.
Oh, thank you. All right, so nice 19.6 ounces of batik, 3 big color pieces. Going to Rebecca.
Thanks,
Thank
Becca
you.
T.
All right, quilting cottons. This one is 17.8 ounces. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, at least 14 pieces in here. So these are all like quarter yard, 30 yard, fat quarter, maybe a half yard in there size pieces. Whole bag full. That's running. So this is about 3.5 yards worth by
Sorry, I already
weight.
asked this, but what do you use the cotton batting strips for?
To So if you've ever seen
With
the
a little
people making the
marinara,
jelly roll rugs, the
delicious.
jelly roll
RL
baskets.
Jaco.
So you use the batting so you have your 2.5 inch strips, and you sew them into the little rolled pieces that go into those rolled baskets and jelly roll rugs.
I think there's
Yeah.
other uses.
And there's
for
probably other uses. Some people use them as quilt as you go to go with the jelly roll strips so that it already has the batting on it. So yeah, all kinds of uses. All right. This is a huge bag. It has mostly neutrals in it that are kind of marbly and then sort. They're not actually ever. None of them are actually solids. They're just lighter textured. This is 29.1 ounces. So this is more than 5 yards of fabric. So you've got those. See the texture on that. This one has like a little micro dot texture. Then you've got that, that, and that, all big pieces. And then this one is probably 2 or 3 yards of fabric, those pieces. All right, here we go. Big old bag, 29.1 ounces. Big piece of that one, big piece of that one with some stars on it. That texture, and then those pieces. That's going to Philly. Thank you.
Thank you, Philly.
Make sure you check the show notes. Kind of tells you what we're doing today, a little bit about this estate. All right, this one weighs 19.6. These are all smaller size cuts, fat quarters, quarter yards, third yards, and they're all darks. So all kind of dark colors. Big variety in there. Let me see if I can count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Looks like there's about 14 pieces in there. Here we go. 19.6 ounces. So about 4 yards of the fabric equivalent by weight. Thank you for your bids. That's going to Rebecca. Thank you.
Thank you, Becca T.
Okay, here's one similar, only these are all lighter neutral, but really nice patterned fabrics. This one weighs 16.8. There's a few pieces of that are all the same. That's a Moda Primitive Gathering. All right, so nice bag there. Lots of pieces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17.
Country Roads with Michelle.
Country Roads. Thank you so much for the raid. Will you pull her up on your phone and I'll get a giveaway running? All right, giveaway is running fabrics. You get to pick a fabric swatch. Country Roads with Michelle is so fun, so sweet, and she makes amazing fudge and other stuff, other yummy treats. And she also sells patterns and fabrics. And her and her husband play the guitar and sing sometimes if you're lucky. So make sure you're giving her a follow. Get in that giveaway to pick a free fabric swatch. And let's check out her profile. Here we go. Country Roads with Michelle. Obviously, she's Michelle. She has a show scheduled on the 5th with fabric and patterns. And on the 9th, same deal. Thank you so much and have a wonderful night. Hope you had a great show. Everyone give her a follow and bookmark upcoming shows. All right, this bag full weighs 16.8 ounces. I counted 17 pieces. Some nice, fat quarter, quarter yard, third yard, maybe a half yard in there. Lots of nice pieces in that bundle. So a big bundle of nice pieces going
Philly,
to
yes,
Philly. Thank you.
Thank you, Philly.
All right. How about let me do another this one is a large scrap bundle. So these are nice pieces. They just weren't necessarily a uniform fat quarter, quarter yard. Maybe they don't have selvage, maybe they have a little cut out of them. But this is really nice fabric. 16.2 ounces in this bag. I'm going to start it at $6. Look at all the pretty stuff in here. And here we go. $6 start. It weighs 16.2 ounces. Large scrap pieces. Some of them are probably bigger than a fat eighth. Just saying. So you got lots of nice stuff in there. Look at all those pretty little calicos in there. Thank you for your bid.
Philly,
That's
grab
going to
that.
Philly. Thank you.
Thanks, Philly.
All right. This one is a scrap bundle. So, smaller pieces. There are going to be some that are a little bigger, but for the most part, this is a, make yourself a quilt as you go patchwork quilt type scrap bag. This one weighs 16 ounces. I'm starting it at $4. Pound of yummy scraps. All kinds of goodness in there. Just every kind of, because quilters never throw away anything. So this actually came out of a, thank you, Beth Ann, a, what you would call like a trunk type. It's a basket type trunk with a lid that you would store like blankets in. She had a whole thing like that full of all of her scraps. So that was a lot of scraps. Okay, this is another large scrap bundle. So these are large pieces. There's a
Thanks,
lot
Diane.
of really pretty stuff in here. Look how pretty all of this is. And this one weighs 17 ounces. $6 start, large scrap, large piece bundle. So I hate calling them scraps because these are actually nice large pieces. So 17 ounces of prettiness in there. Thank you for your bids. And that's going to
Oh,
Olive.
the
Thank
list.
you.
Thanks, Ames.
All right. I also have up here some bags that are interesting. Like this one's not very, I'm not going to run this for very much, but I found another bin that had like leftovers from projects. So this whole little bag is all these pretty little yellow, black, and white, like bumblebee color pieces from a quilt project. And some of them are actually blocks. There's quite a few little blocks in here like that. And then some smaller ones. So if someone wants this little bag, let me see how much it weighs. Like
And the
it's,
giveaway winner is bum bum
oh, we have a
bum.
giveaway winner.
Lisa.
Lisa, congrats. You get to pick one, two, three, or four. This one's batik. The others are screen prints. Which fabric sample would you like? The batik, you got it. All right, this little bag weighs 3 ounces, 3.1 to be exact. $2 start. If someone wants these fun little bumblebee color, you can make some cute little things, pin cushions, and you've got some little quilt blocks in there as well. Triangles, pre-cuts, strips of all bumblebee colors. Island's gonna take that pretty little bag. Thank you. All right, this bag is
Thanks, Island girl.
um what you would call like little scrappy quilt blocks that are just quilt as you go kind of blocks, and it's a whole bundle of them. So they're all, different shapes and sizes. I think that's the biggest one. And so crazy quilt scrap blocks. And this little bag weighs 1.7 ounces. $2 start. Who wants a fun little bag of crazy quilt blocks? So they're all sewn into blocks. And that is going to
Amy. Old
Amy
list.
taking that. Thank you. All right, this one I just separated because they're so pretty. You could actually make just tiny little things like little needle pin, what do you call them? Little pin holders, needle savers, covers. There's that little block. There's this little log cabin heart block. There's a couple of log cabin blocks. And then there's
Needle
these
minders.
needle minders. Yeah. And look at these three pretty blocks. There's three of these little ones. So this is just a fun little bag of cute little mini quilt blocks that you could do some fun stuff with. And this doesn't weigh much, maybe 2 ounces, not even an ounce. So pretty little quilt blocks. We'll do $1 start. These are so sweet. You can make fun little pin cushions, little needle minders,
Something
little
lurking.
coasters.
Lurking.
So lots of pretty little things in here. I love this one. That is just so sweet. And the heart, little log cabin
Oh,
heart.
let's take
Thank
the.
you. Those are coming to you.
Thanks, Ames.
All right, let me see. This whole bag is pre-sewn 2 triangle squares. It weighs 4.7 ounces. And let me show you what I mean. I'm just going to open it and show you. So these are all little pre-sewn, and I might have accidentally gotten a few pieces that aren't, but see how they're all little pre-sewn 2 triangle squares. The whole bag is that. 4.7 ounces of those. And they seem to be all about the same size. So here we go on that little bag. I'm going to do a $3 start. You get the whole bag of little pre-sewn 2 triangle square mini blocks. And weighed 4 ounces. Steph has taken that. All right, here's some more. This one is just scraps, and it was in the same bag that or bin that all those others were in. So I just made a big scrap bag, and this weighs 9.4 ounces. So we're gonna do a $3 start. This is small pieces, so small squares, small triangles. There might be a few in there that are sewn. There's just a lot of pretty little scraps. Ton of scraps. That's going
Back
to
of
remain.
tea.
Thank you.
Thank you, back.
All right, let's go back to some yardage bags. This is a big one. It has 4 different fabrics in it. It weighs 26.4 ounces. There's a huge, like 2 or 3 yard piece of this black gray ticking. There's a huge piece of, let me see what else is in here. This one, I'll just open it and show you. So there's a huge piece of that that's like a crackle. There's a huge piece of this gray or black beige dot.
Right.
And then there's like a fat quarter or half yard piece of that one. All right, so I think that one's a half yard. All right, so this is a whole bag, 20, what does it say? 26.4. That's huge. That's like 5 yards of fabric. So that one probably is 3 in the back. That one. Nice gray black ticking stripe. And then you've got 3 other fabrics in there.
Welcome in, Lori Boo.
Island Girl, it's snagging that. Thank you.
Thanks, IGM.
All right. This one is 18.5 ounces. And these are all fat quarter, quarter yard, third yard. And there's just a lot of nice pieces in here. And I would say this leans maybe Civil War, maybe just nice. And let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I see 13 different fabrics in there. That's running.
Oh, for your son's rug? Cool.
All right. So that one is
Coolio.
18.5 ounces. Fat quarters, quarter yards, third yards, maybe a half yard in there. Lots of nice pieces. Going to
RL
Jacob.
Jacob.
Thank
Thank
you.
you, RL.
Ooh, this is a pretty bag. This one is 18.6 ounce, kind of the same deal. Smaller pieces, mostly like quarter yard, third yard, half yard, maybe. And then there's a big chunk of this really pretty peach ombre. It's not a batik, but it's kind of like that same vibe. And then look at all these other pretty pieces you get. So 18.6. That's running. Lots of pieces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and then that huge piece in the back. Lots of pieces. Island
Island Girl
Girl,
Mick.
thank you. All right, this one has Christmas fabrics in it. It weighs 16.4 ounces. So you've got this cute little, this reminds me of what's that game our kids all play? Minecraft.
Yeah, Minecraft.
Christmas Minecraft. And then there's a cute Christmas there. That one's a snowflake, a little tree, and another snowflake. So 16.4 ounces of Christmas prints. Big pieces. They all look like they're at least a half yard, if not bigger. That's running. Thank you for your bid. Yeah, the little Charlie Brown trees are cute. And that's going to
Island
Island.
Girl.
Thank you. All right, let me take these two empty bins. Let me get down into this. All right, this one is large. Um, Technically, like what we were saying, the large scrap pieces, but they're just large, nice pieces of fabric. Pinks and reds. This one weighs 17 ounces. $6 start. That's the equivalent of about 3 yards of fabric by weight. Lots of pinks and reds and some pretty calicos in there, some lips, some ginghams, some stripe. Ooh, look at that candy stripe. Look at these pink ginghams.
GA
GA is
1987.
taking that one. Thank you.
Thanks, GA.
All right, this one is 17.4 ounces. It includes a bag in there that has small pieces that has a note that says these were extra from blocks 1 and 2. So they were extra from some block of the month thing in a little bag separate from everything else in there. And I kept them in their own bag because they coordinated. All right, so 17.4, mostly smaller scraps. This is a $4 start. That's running. Lots of scraps in there, including a little coordinated bag left over from some kind of quilt project block. Thank you for your bids. That's going to GA.
Thanks,
All right,
GA.
here is large yardage. This just has two beautiful pieces. So they're probably, well, let's see, 27. This is 27.3. So they're probably 3 yards or more a piece. So you've got this beautiful acorn leaf and then this beautiful branch. So those two pieces, 27.3 ounces.
That's heavy.
And I see Moda on that one. I don't know what the other one is, but they're both nice quilting ones. Here we go. That's Probably more than 5 yards of fabric. Two beautiful big pieces in a bag. You get the whole bag. Thank you for your bids. That is going to
Becca
Rebecca.
T. Thanks, Becca T.
This is a really cute bag. It weighs 17.8 ounces and it has blacks and yellows. And then it has this big piece of a white on white that has a really neat kind of swirl design. Let me see if I can see it. Yeah. All right. So that's a nice bag. Here we go. 17 ounce point eight. Yeah, 17.8 ounces. So about 3.5 yards worth of fabric, including a big chunk of that beautiful white on white marbly swirl. And that's going to
GA.
be thank
Thank you,
you.
GA.
All right, here is this one has three big pieces of fabric in it. It has like a half-yard piece of this, probably a yard or two of that one, and it's a green marbled. See the marbling on that, and then this huge piece of, I think that's that Stonehenge by Northcott, a huge big piece of that. And this weighs 21 ounces. Here we go. That's right. I'm pretty sure that's that Northcott Stonehenge or something similar. It's very nice. And then that pretty light green marbling, and then this pretty piece. Thank you. Going to Amber. Thank you. Thank you.
Thanks, Amber.
All right, this is 20.3 ounces. It has some two beautiful pieces that I know for a fact are Downton Abbey because that one says Downton Abbey. But this is also an Andover Downton Abbey. That's a pretty piece. That's a gorgeous piece. And then you've got a big piece of this linen look gray. All right, so that's a nice bag there, 20.3 ounces. That's running. I love this one. That is so pretty. I just thought it looked really good with kind of that Downton Abbey vibe, so it got put in there. And that bag is going to Anne. Thank you, Anne.
Thank you, Anne.
Okay, let me grab. Here's a batik bag. This one is 18.7 ounces of batik. It has three large pieces. So you get a large piece of this that's probably a yard, a large piece of that one that's probably bigger than a yard, and then a large piece of that one. So three large batiks, 18.7 ounces. Here we go. That's running. Beautiful batiks. Three big pieces. Island Girls getting a good deal. Thank you.
Island
These are
Girl.
nice.
Thank you, Island Girl.
Where did I put the ones that were had a bin that had the ones that were not, no, that's wool. That's that. I remember where I put them. Maybe I put them in here. The ones that were wovens.
I don't know where they went. I don't have any idea.
Okay, here's one of the woven ones. All right, so these are all wovens, like homespun or just those nice quilting wovens. And this weighs 17.5 ounces. And they're all like fat quarter, quarter yard, third yard type pieces. Look how pretty this whole bag is. Got some tickings, some plaids, some little ginghams. Look at these pretty stripes. And I'm counting, let me just count here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 different pieces in here. of all kinds of wovens. Here we go. So like the homespuns, the nice little ginghams that are not a screen print, these beautiful ticking stripe pieces. There's some textured ones in there. It's a gorgeous bag.
Stephanie
Steph's taking that.
Bro.
Thank you.
Thank you, Steph.
All right, this one has five different fabrics in it. It weighs 18.9 ounces. They're all really pretty neutrals. That one has some marbling texture, roses, and then that one is kind of like a marbled beige. All right, so it's neutrals. Here we go. That's right. That's a really pretty bag. Those are nice pieces. So that one's running. 18 ounces, more than 3 yards of fabric. Going to
GA.
good get.
Thank you, GA.
Oh, this is a fun bag. It's a big bag too. This is 20.7 ounces. You've got a big piece of this really pretty peachy, orangey, tie-dye look. And then you've got a big piece of this one. And then a big piece of this one that has the cute dots and lots of colors. And it's a Wyndham. All right. So 20 ounces, three pieces. That's right. 20.7 ounces. Cute stuff in there. That one's really cute. And it matches the peach. It's got peach in it. And then this one's really cool.
Oh,
And that's
bliss.
Old Bliss. Thank you.
Sames.
All right, this one's a Christmas bag that weighs 16.6. It's got a big piece of this pine bough look. And then you've got red, solid red, this pretty line pinstripe, the little gifts, this one with the ivy, and then this one. And then some of these don't necessarily have to be Christmas, but I tied it in with the other Christmas pieces. That's running about 3 yards of fabric in there by weight. Some nice pieces. Two of them, maybe three of them are technically Christmas, but don't have to be. That one really doesn't have to be either.
Amber.
And Bert's taking that nice bag. Thank you.
Thanks, Amber.
This is a huge bag. It's mostly smaller pieces of solids. Everything in here is a solid. This weighs 27.5 ounces. I think there's quite a few in here that are half yards, and then there's some that are like fat quarter yard, third yard, and it's all solids. So it's a huge bag. All right, so get a nice variety of solids. This is more than 5 yards of fabric by weight. 27 ounces of nice smaller pieces of all kinds of solids. Lots of colors. Thank you for your bids and
Amber. Thanks, Dan.
all right, this one is 24.3 ounces.
Hey,
Just
welcome.
a nice coordinated bag. So you've got this really pretty like ombre line stripe. That's a huge piece. Then you've got this pretty stripe. You've got this nice honey colored marbled, and then this pretty dark green scroll. All right, 24 ounces. Here we go. Just nice coordinating bag. Lots of fabric in there. By weight, 5 yards of fabric almost. Thank you for your bids. And that one's going to Amy. Thank you.
Oh, bliss.
All right, let's do some smaller ones. These are smaller scrap bags that have bigger pieces, but they don't weigh a pound. I'm just going to weigh them. And these just came out of one of her many scrap bundles that she had all over. This one weighs 7.5 ounces. So small scrap bag, $3 start. Lots of cute, larger pieces in this one. Just a nice variety of stuff. Thank you for your bids. That one is going to
TA.
Taylor. Thank you.
Thanks, Taylor.
Here's another one like that. Look at this cute piece of apple pie. That's darling. And then there's some other cute stuff in here. This one weighs 7.7 ounces, $3 start. Here we go. Nice big piece of that apple pie print. And then you've got some other cute stuff in there that are, some of them are hidden in there, but there's some cute stuff. And that one is going to Philly.
Philly.
Thank you. All right, this one is another miscellaneous. And this one weighs 7.7 ounces. You got a big piece of that. Is that not, is that a Tula pink? Someone tell me. It might be. From, it's that lacy look. It might be. I don't know. Anyway, there's a big piece of that. Some
Oh,
pretty
who was
stuff.
asking for the groovy fabric? There's some like
Yeah, there's some groovy scrap bag. Yeah, I think that is Tula from um the Halloween line with the girls. Anyway, if I'm not, yeah, or I might be thinking about something. Okay, I don't know. I think it is. All right, this one weighs 7.9 ounces.
welcome in, Key
$3 start.
Crappers.
That's running. There's a cute floral in there. Some other cute stuff, and I'm pretty sure that's from that Tulip Pink line. Don't quote me on it if it's not.
Oh,
And
bless.
Bliss taking that. Thank you.
Thanks, Ames.
All right.
Line art.
Yeah, it's got a line art printed in it from whatever it is. Um, sorry, my brain doesn't function very well when I'm live, so I can't remember the name of it. Okay, 7.9 ounces on this one. $3 start. It's got a big piece of this cute daisy gingham. And then there's some other nice stuff in there. 7.9 ounce scrap bag. Oh, there's something cute vintage in there. So that's running. Rebecca is taking that one. All right, this one just has all kinds of good stuff. And there's this cute piece with monkeys on it. Larger scraps, something with hearts. Some mystery stuff packed in there. This one weighs 7.5. Here we go. $3 start. I think these were all between 7 and 8 ounces when Bert packed these a while back. So thus the uniformity in similar size. Makes sense. All right. These are kind of fun. You get to see what's in the middle. And that's the Island Girl.
Thanks, Island Girl.
All right, I'm going to say this outside piece is very vintage and it's got texture, so it may not be 100% cotton, but it's sure cute. It actually looks like cotton. It just has a kind of a slubby texture. All right, here we go. This one weighs 7.6 ounces, $3 start scrap bag with some vintage in there. A couple of vintage. That looks vintage too. So cute stuff in there. Who wants that one? It's going to Island. Thank you.
Island Girl.
All right, last one in this bin has a big piece of some kind of baseball print. And then let's see, maybe I will open this one just for fun. It's in a designer bag, so I don't. Let's open this one. All right, this one weighs 7.5 ounces. All right, we've got big chunk of this baseball and baseballs. Cute linen look. Some of this. These are look like some squares. Yeah, these are a bunch of pre-cut squares in there that are all about 7 inch. Big piece of that. Some homespuns in there, and a big piece of that. All right, so if someone wants that last $3 one that weighs 7.5, here we go.
Base award
Cute
very, very
baseball.
good to me.
And some pre-cut squares and some homespuns, and then a big piece of that. And I'm
I
just going
love
to take
her.
that, going back in your designer bag there. We reuse like every plastic bag. We become bag collectors. They're a precious commodity. They're expensive to buy. All right. This is 17.1 ounces. This is 3 large pieces. You get a huge piece of this one that is Henry Glass. So this Henry Glass print. Then you get a nice piece of this
Hi, Barb.
that matches the colors in that. And then this piece that ties it all together. So 17 coordinated. Here we go. That one is running. So that's about 3 yards of fabric. 2 of them are probably that big piece of Henry Glass prints right there. Thank you for your bids. And that is going to Bethan.
Bethan. Thank you, Bethan.
All right, this one is 17.2 ounces. It has 3 large pieces, has a large piece of this gorgeous paint splatter in that's a cream color with all the speckles. Then it has a huge piece of this really cool one, and then a nice big piece of that pinstripe ticking stripe. All right, so 3 big pieces, 17.5 ounces. Here we go. It's about 3 yards of fabric. I love this paint splatter one. That's such cool fabric. I have another one in another bag that's similar. That's going to Amber. Thank you. Let me see if I
Thanks,
can find
Amber.
another one that has that paint splatter. Yeah, we'll find it. It's in here somewhere. All right, this is neutrals, but it's got some really cool pieces in it. It weighs 19.6. You got this plaid, that leaf, this musical note. I think that has some metallic in it. This cream it has a screen print on it. And then this one's like a marbled cream. All right, so 19.6 ounces. Here we go. 3.5 to 4 yards of fabric by weight. That is running. Thank you for your bids. Hey, Barb is here. And that's going for
Philly.
Philly.
Thanks,
Thank you.
Philly.
This whole bag is white on white screen print, 22 ounces. And there's a huge piece in the back of this one that is, let me see if I can get it to show up. I think I'm going to have to open this bag so you can see them. All right, so huge piece of this snowflake, white on white. And then these are all like smaller pieces, like fat quarters, quarter yards. Pretty. Look at that one. Swirl, circle, swirl, target. Look at that one. And that's a paisley. All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, and then this huge piece of the white on white snowflakes. 22 ounces of fabric. That one is running. White on white bag. Get all those pretties that you can't see now that I put it in plastic. It looks like all white. They're all white on white screen prints. That's about three,
And
4 yards of fabric. And good deal. Coming to you. I know, right? It's like I put it in the bag and the screen prints all disappear. Okay, this is a good bag that has lots of pieces. 21.3 ounces. Look at all of this fabric. And I'm pretty sure a lot of these are half yards. Look at all these neat designs. Probably some of these are kind of Civil War Kansas trouble look. Lots of good stuff in here. All right, 21.3 ounces. Here we go. Now it's running. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, at least 15 different fabrics in there. That's a nice bag. That's going to Mod
First
Current. Thank you
purchase.
for your first purchase.
Thanks, Mod Current.
All right. This is a
Welcome to
cool
the
bag.
madness.
This one has 24.1 ounces, so 4 big chunks of 4 different pieces. This one is, I would say this one is a solid. The rest are like marbled. And this one is an ombre. See how it changes colors? Like a sunset ombre. And then you've got these 2 really cool kind of tie-dye looks that are screen prints, not batiks. So 24 ounces in this one. Here we go. That's like almost 5 yards of fabric. Really neat colors in there. Look at that one. Peaches and burgundies. Thank you for your bid. And Steph's gonna take
Fun,
that
yeah,
nice
bro.
bag. Thank you.
Thanks, Steph.
All right. This one is, oh, this is a nice bag. I was gonna show you this piece because it's so pretty. There's just 3 fabrics in this one. This one is called Shell Rummer by Michelle Rummer Shell Artistry LLC for Quilting Treasures. Look how pretty that is. And it's an off-white with these beautiful little whimsical kind of feather look. Almost, it reminds me of those, what are those things called that people hang up that have that they make out of the feathers and stuff? All right, and then you've got a huge piece of this. Yeah, dream catchers. It reminds me of the dream catchers. So a huge piece of this really cool speckled gray, brown, tan ombre. And then you've got a huge piece of this linen look that is at like a beige black combo. All right, this is a nice bag. 21.8 ounces, 3 big pieces that all combined by weight equal about 4 yards of fabric. So yeah, they're probably all about 2 each. 2, 1.5 each. Here we go. Nice bag. Look at those nice pieces. This one's really cool too. I like that one. Thank you for your bids. That's
Becca
going to
T.
Rebecca. Thank you. Get that one shut. Coming your way.
Thanks, Becca.
All right. This is a gorgeous bag. It just has the 2 big pieces. Oh, this is the other one that has that paint splatter. And it's more of a creamy, almost yellow with the paint splatter. And then it's coming with this gorgeous floral that's kind of a hexy wreath. Let me see who that one's by. 17.9 ounces in this bag. And this beautiful floral is by Blackbird Designs for Moda. I knew it was good. All
I
right.
knew it. I just knew it.
Yeah, Blackbird Designs Moda. Look how pretty that
I
is.
dreamed about it last
Okay.
night.
So you're getting those two big chunks. So this is just over 3 yards of fabric by weight. Probably there's probably a yard and a half to 2 yards on that one, and then a yard on that one. So here we go. Let's run that one. Two really nice pieces on that. Blackbird Design Moda, and then this gorgeous little paint speckle colored one. That looks really nice with it. And Barb is taking that. Thanks, Barb.
Thanks, Barb Waltz.
All right, this is small pieces that are all solids, 22.2 ounces. So they're like fat quarter yard, maybe a third yard, maybe some of them, that red one looks like a half yard. Just all solids. So 22.2 ounces. So that's about 4 yards plus by weight. Here we go. Nice solids in small pieces.
Lena
That's going from
Code.
Lena. Thank you.
Thanks, Lena.
This one's a Christmassy bundle. It has a huge piece of this cute Christmas that has cardinals, it has chipmunks, beautiful. And then you've got a huge chunk of this red polka dot. And then this one is gilded. And then there's a big piece, or these are two fat quarters, I think, of two different reds. So big chunk of that, two fat quarters or smaller pieces, a big chunk of that, and then a big chunk of this. 21.8 ounces. And that Christmas one is so pretty. It has all kinds of birds and wildlife and berries and flowers, and it's really pretty. See the pretty cardinal on there. Right there. That one is going to
RL
RL. Thank you.
Jaco. Thanks, RL.
All right. Here is a homespun woven bag that weighs 17.3. There's a ton of different pieces in here, including some fun, like primitive lip tickings, little micro checks, and some stripy plaids. So just a ton of pieces in there. 17.3 ounces wovens. Here we go. That one's running. Who likes the wovens and the primitives and the homespuns? Nobody today? Diane, RL is in. RL.
RL. Thank you, RL.
All right. This bag is quilt shop flannels, like the really thick, nice Maywood, um, Woolies type flannels from the quilt shops. This doesn't quite weigh a pound. It weighs 15.2 ounces. So it's almost a pound. I'm going to run this one at $8. And these are small, mostly smaller pieces. I think there might be a piece in there that's a half yard, but mostly smaller. So flannels that are the quilt shop woolly types that you can do applique with.
No takers.
No takers. All right. All right, this is another batik bag that weighs 17.1 ounces. These are beautiful, light colored. That one has a leaf print. That one has that neat design. This one's really cool. It looks like corrugated steel. And then this one's like little lavender dots. So batiks. 4 different batiks. There we go. That's running. Beautiful light colored batiks. They do have print, or they do have designs on them. And that's going to Bad Patty. Thank you.
Thank
That's
you,
coming
Bad
to
Patty.
you. This is a really neat woven bag. 16 ounces of, and these are all the ones that are brushed woven. So they kind of have that flannelly feel on the one side and smooth on the other. Look at all these pretty colors and stripes and plaids. There's a big chunk of this one, big chunk of that one. 16 ounces. There we go. Wovens with that brushed feel. So it kind of has a flannel feel on one side, smooth on the other, wovens. No woven people here for that one. Okay. You guys want some more of the 6 ounce, about 13 cotton batting strips that are the 2.5 inch size strips, pre-cut, cut on a machine at the quilt shop. They're all nice and uniform. And let's run a bag of those. $5 start. Nice cotton batting, 2.5 inch pre-cut strips. Six ounces, and again, there's about 13 big long strips in there. And that's going to
Stephanie
Steph.
Burrow.
Thank you.
Thanks, Steph.
All right, these are larger pieces of batiks. Does anyone want to see any of these? Because they were too big to put into bags. These are the ones that I have left that are batiks. Anyone interested in these?
Island Girl might be interested in some.
All right. This one is a
The
cream
maroon.
color
They're interested in the maroon.
with that. The maroon piece. All right, let me pull that one out. This is gorgeous. All right, let me see how much is on this piece. All right, there's 2 yards and about 8 inches. So 2 yards, 8 inches on that piece. And I'm going to do a $10 start. All right, that's running if someone wants that beautiful batik. Thank you for your bids. And we
Hey,
just got our
Ray,
raid.
always so happy.
Thank you, Rebecca. That's coming to you.
Becca T, thanks.
Always so happy with the raid. Let's pull up Always So Happy's profile and let's get a giveaway going. All right, giveaway is running for a fabric swatch. I have these 3 pretty pieces left. You get to choose one. And let me pull up your profile and share it. Always So Happy is Charlotte. And she says, I'm a mom, Mimi wife, and I love fabric. I make quilts using all the methods. Long arm bags, own a quilt shop in a small town. Oh, neat. And her next show is on the 9th. Thank you so much for the raid. And please, everyone, give her a follow. And it looks like she's sold about 2,000 items, so relatively newer seller. Thank you so much for that raid. Make sure you're following her and bookmarking that upcoming show. And get in the giveaway for a free fabric swatch, little sample piece. All right. These are the other batiks I have. this pretty cream color with that nice tonal kind of paisley floral. I think there's 3 yards on this piece. Any interest in that one? I would do, if it's 3 yards, I'll do a $15 start. Yeah, there's 3 yards on this piece. $15 start. All right, let's run it. And thank you. Here we go. $15. That's running. Beautiful light cream color batik with that tonal floral paisley. 3 yards. And that is going to Island Girl. Thank you. That's a really pretty piece. Coming your way. All right. And then this piece has also is 3 yards. It's kind of a cream color, and then it has this taupe colored design on it. Same price. Yes, run that one. Okay, here we go. $15. That's ready. It's cream color with that neat taupe color design. Batik.
Who's this for?
Island Girl. And this one is going to Mod Current. Thank you. That's
Thank you, Mod
yours.
Current.
All right. And then this is just a really nice brown marbled piece. And I have, let's see, what's 31 times 4? That's going to be 30, 60, 90, 120 inches. All right, so 120 inches. That's about 3 1/3 yards on this piece. We'll do the same price. That's right. If someone wants that nice 3 1/3 yards of brown marbled batik. It's got a lot of variation in the colors, so it's pretty. I'm gonna
Island
take
Girl.
that. Thank you. All right. This one is a large scale, like dahlia type floral gray and yellow tones. So it's got lots of pretty colors in there with the yellows and the grays and kind of a little bit of blue and a little bit of peach. And this one I have, let's see, this is a big piece. Yeah, this is 5 yards on here. Does anyone want that whole 5 yard piece of batik? I'll do a $25 start. I'll just run it and see if someone wants it. That's a really good deal.
You always break your own rule on that.
Here we go.
You ask people if you want them to run.
I know. Well, and then I always remember it's best to just run things.
Mod Current
All right,
gets to
so
give away.
Maud gets to pick red, green, or blue fabric swatch. Which would you like? They're just cute little swatches. 1, 2, or 3, red, green, or blue. Are you there, Maud? Current? Red, green, or blue?
Green.
The green, you got it.
Thank you, Mod.
All right. So running this 5 yards of batik, if someone wants it, kind of blue, gray, and then the kind of yellow tone, large scale, like dahlia flowers. It is gorgeous. And thank you for your bids. That one is going
DM
to
Hibbert.
DM Hibbard. Good gift. All right. I don't know exactly
Yeah.
what this is. It says she has a tag on it that says white batik. I don't why would it be considered a batik if it's not dyed? Is it the fabric they use before they tie dye it or batik dye it? 'Cause it's just white fabric that feels like a batik, but it's obviously has no color in it. And it says
There's probably no
used
salvage
in
on it.
2018 batik book block of the month. So anyway, it is, let me measure it. So if someone wants this, it's white fabric that has the feel of batik.
That
It
makes sense. If
is,
you're making a quilt out of batiks
yeah, that's true. You would want the same
and
feel.
you need it white,
All right, this is not quite 2 yards. It's 34 and 34 is 68 inches. So just shy of 2 yards by 4 inches. So it's just white batik. So if someone wants this piece,
ghost batik. Ooh.
yeah, there you go. Ghost batik. $5. Here we go. So it has the feel of batik, but it's just plain white fabric. It's nice fabric. And that is going to go to, it's definitely one you could experiment with if you wanted to
Island
try
girl.
dyeing it yourself, huh? Island's going to take that piece. All right, that's coming to you. I'm going to leave that little note inside. And here's a pin that you get to put away from me so I don't poke myself. All right, let's do a scrap bag. This one is 17.9 ounces. I mean, this just looks fun. It's small scraps, but look at how much variety is in there. A little bit of everything, a fun mystery scrap bag. 17.9 ounces. We're going to do a $6 start. Here we go. Is that what I was doing on these?
No, you were doing those.
Oh, I was doing these for 4. That's right. Here we go. That's a lot of scraps, 17.9 ounces. All quilting cottons. There might be a few pieces of um, wovens, but most of these were quilting cottons. I very few, if any.
GA takes that.
Thank you, GA. All right, here is a yardage bag that has, these are all smaller pieces, fat quarters, quarter yards, third yards, 16.5 ounces in this bag. And you get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Yeah, about 15 or 16 pieces in there. All right, this is a nice bag. Here we go. So all of that, some nice pieces in there. Thank you for your bids. That's going to G.
GA, thank you.
All right, this is the batik bag. Um, so it's got a couple that are like fat quarter size, and then some that are like half yard, and I think this one on the back is a full yard. And this bag weighs 17.7. So you've got a big piece of that one that's like off-white with the little cream dots, a big piece of that cool one, that one, that one, that one, that one, that one. So all batiks. Here we go. That's running. All batiks. And Rebecca is
Becca
here.
T. Thanks, Becca.
Nobody wanted the other flannel. This one's flannels. Tell me if you like it. I'll run it. It's
Just run it.
14.1 ounces of Quilt Shop flannels. You know, like the nice thick ones. All right, I'll just run it. $8 start. There's a really cute piece on the back of that flowered one. Then there's some blue check gingham, some stars, some smaller pieces, and some bigger pieces. Quilt Shop flannels going to
Diane,
Diane.
first purchase.
You
Thank you,
for your
Diane.
first purchase. In case you want this one, I ran it earlier, but no one bought it. It's also Quilt Shop flannels. So it has some nice pieces in there. I'll rerun that one too. This one weighs 15 point, what does it say? 15.2. So Quilt Shop flannels. So kind of like those um, woolies type flannels for applique. Nope, don't like those colors. Okay. All right, this is such a nice bag. These are all uniform pieces. I think they're all quarter yards and they're wovens. I'm just going to pull this out because it's such a nice bundle. Look at all these beautiful wovens, and they're the kind that have kind of that brushed feel on the one side and then smooth on the back. So, wovens. This weighs 17 ounces, and they're all, I think, quarter yard pieces in blues. Look how pretty. There's a lot of blue in here. And then there's some tans with blues, some plaids, some checks. These are gorgeous pieces. Wovens. Thank you. That's going to
Current.
Mod Current. Could get. Is there anyone here that wants some felted wool? Let me know. We do have a few bags of felted wool. They aren't that heavy because felted wool is really light.
Yeah, there's some that would like some.
Couple people want some. All right. We'll get the felted wool out. We can run some of that. All right, I'll just have to weigh them because I don't know what size bags you need. All right, this one's a large bag because it weighs 8 ounces. So large pieces of felted wool. She did a lot of upcycling of wool, so some of them might be, upcycled wool that she felted herself, or some of them she even dyed. All right. So this is a large felted wool scrap bag, and it weighs 8 ounces. Here we go. That's running if someone wants that bundle of felted wool. That's a pretty piece. Look at that striping. And then you've got some cream, some tan, some black, and another color tan. And
Lisa for your
Lisa,
first
thank you.
purchase.
That's kind of you.
Thank you for your first purchase, Lisa.
Thank you. You know how expensive felted wool is, right? So these are good deals. All right, these are the small scraps. The little pieces. This weighs 3 ounces. Let me find the 3-ounce size ones. So little pieces, little scraps, but these are great for if you do lots of wool applique. You can make all kinds of little flowers and stems and leaves and all kinds of pretty stuff out of these little pieces. So here is a 3-ounce felted wool
in a designer
scraps
bag.
running. And Rebecca is taking that one.
Thank
Thank
you,
you.
Rebecca.
Here's another small, again, 3 ounce, small pieces of felted wool. Gonna have some strips, some squares, some just chunks, all kinds of felted wool scraps.
Lisa,
Lisa's taking that.
grab that.
All right. Let me see. This one might be a medium. Yeah, this one's a medium. So 4 point something ounces. Let's see. Hard to see what colors are in there. So a little bit smaller pieces than the large bag, but bigger than the little scrappy pieces. So you're getting and a little bit more variety. All right, so this is the medium size bag. And that's running. If someone wants that bag full, you get some black, some green, some peach, salmon colored, tans, plaids, medium sized pieces of felted wool. And the extra threads are free.
Lisa takes that.
Wool likes to grab every extra thread. Thank you.
Thanks, Lisa.
All right.
Mo-
Let's
Moki Kaka.
let's do another one of these. So these are the 2.5 inch strips of cotton batting, pre-cut, and they were cut on a machine because you can tell because they're nice and uniform, and they are cotton or cotton blends. I'm pretty sure they're 100% cotton ones. They feel and look that way. All right. So cotton batting strips, 6 ounces, about 13 strips that are big long strips. All right, here we go. And I'm starting these at 5 ounces or $5. Sorry. Here we go. That's running. If someone wants some of the 2.5 inch cotton batting strips to use for jelly roll rugs, jelly roll baskets, to do quilt as you go, 2.5 inch cotton bat strips. And
RL
is taking
Jacob
that.
takes that.
Let's do one more. Same deal, $5 start, 2.5 inch cotton bat strips. Big long strips. You get that like 90 wide, and I don't know how long these are, but they're big long ones. So lots of batting.
RL takes that.
Thank you. All right. Some more bags of. Here's another yardage bag. This one is 17.7 ounces. They're dark, so I'm going to pull them out. It's hard to see. This is a beautiful blue marbled. This is thimbleberry. And then you've got this pretty wine colored marble. And then this one that has blue and wine dots, wine with the dots on it. And this bag weighs 17.7 ounces. These are all yardage pieces. So, half yard up to a couple of yards. I don't 17.7.
Be sure and check to buy it now if you want to round off your order with some
Oh
stuff
yeah, I
in
do
there.
have some fabric in the buy it now. We can do flash sales on those at the end, maybe. If you see something in there, this is thimbleberry. It's pretty. And that beautiful blue, dark blue marbled.
No, no takers
No
on that.
takers on that? Okay. All right. This is another yardage bag. This one has probably like half yard up to yard pieces. It weighs 18.5 ounces. A nice coordinated bag. You get one, two, three, four, five different fabrics. Here we go. That's running. So by weight, that's about 3 yards of fabric. A little bit more than 3 yards of fabric. And that one is going to Old
Old
Bliss.
Bliss.
Thank you. And this one, what's wrong?
We getting very close to the old 2 minute.
Oh, okay.
So
So what do you want me to run?
go ahead and run that.
Okay. This one is 21 ounces, and this is Christmas. So you've got this pretty, well, it doesn't have to be on this piece, but like this olive green kind of cool one, this little sprig cream, and then you've got these two kind of primitive Christmas pieces that are cute. I think those are remote line. And that this one weighs 21 ounces. Here we go.
I'll tell you what.
That's running. So 21 ounces of fabric. And that is going to Amy. All right. Let's do a buyer giveaway. Let me get that started. And you get to pick. I have some nice pieces of fabric you get to pick from. All right. Everyone get in. I think this is like a third of a yard. Or maybe it's a half yard with a cutout of it. This is from Robin Pandolph called Folk Art, and it's a big chunk. There's about, well, there's a full fat quarter, and then there's the rest of the fabric with a small piece missing. So it's a nice big piece of fabric. Beautiful Robin Pandolph. So that's one of your options. This is a Civil War. I think this is by Wyndham. Yeah, Wyndham piece, and this one is not quite a half yard, is it? Yeah, it's like 17 and a half inches. Beautiful Wyndham Civil War print. That's a choice. And then this one, I think, is a fat quarter. Yeah, this one's a fat quarter. That nice piece. Kind of a burgundy color. And this is a cute stripe, red, yellow, blue, half yard. 100% cotton P&B textiles. All right, so those are your choices. Everyone that made a purchase, get in there. You get to pick one of these nice pieces. Drawing in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bad Patty, which one would you like? 1, 2, 3, or 4? And congrats. Number 4, that'd be a pretty Robin Pandolph. It's coming to you.
Congratulations, Patty.
All right, let's run another one. All right, this one is going to be for this cute little handmade needle minder, and it has a bunch of those quilting pins in it and some other little pins and needles. So, a little needle minder, handmade. So, everyone in. I need to make a bunch of these. They're cute. Those little scrap pieces. And then she just put little felt in there that you can put your needles in. All right, drawing now. Who gets that? Little needle minder. Going to
Stephanie
Stephanie.
Bro.
Congrats. All right, this one is going to be this cute strip of Dr. Seuss Thing One, Thing Two. It's just like a big 5-inch strip, about half the width of fabric. And then this really cute, probably a
No,
fat eighth
no
of
quilt
stripe.
kits tonight.
Yeah, we're
I
not going
think
to run
we
any of the quilt
I
kits.
think we sold have we sold all the quilt kits for
There's a
Mrs. Fa
few left. I didn't pull them out because we were running bags full. So I don't even have them out here. But we can do them another day. All right, here is this cute set. I think this is probably a fat eighth. And then you get this cute little strip of the Thing One, Thing Two, Dr. Seuss. So little red stripe, and it's rolled up. It could be a fat quarter. I don't know. All right. Ready to draw in five, four, three, two, one. Who's it going to be?
Diana
Diane.
S.
Congrats. That's coming to you. All right. We're going to call it a day. Thank you so much for being here. We have a show scheduled tomorrow evening. We're going to be selling the home decor, high-end designer upholstery fabrics that are in big swatch pieces that you can pick up to make tote bags, pillows, upcycled clothing, um, boxy baskets, you name it. People make amazing stuff. Island Girl makes hats, aprons, bags, all kinds of good stuff. So thank you so much, everybody, and we'll get these out to you tomorrow before the 4th. Thank you so much. And we are going to go find someone to raid.
Thank you guys.
Thanks,
Appreciate you.
everyone. Have a great night. Happy 4th. If we don't see you again, happy 4th of July, 250-year 4th of July. That's awesome. Let's go raid into, let's see, how about Terry's D Stash? She's always got good things going on. She lives in Washington State. Here we go over to Terry. Bye now.